In this question, figure shows the strains in three directions P, Q and R in a plane. The magnitudes being 600 into 10 to the power minus 6, minus 150 into 10 to the power minus 6 and 250 into 10 to the power minus 6. Determine the magnitude and direction of the principal strains in the plane. Assuming no stress in a plane perpendicular to this plane, find the principal stresses at the point. Take T E equal to 205 gigapascal and Poisson's ratio equal to 0.3. So this is a question of principal strain where three strain gauges are there. One strain gauge has a reading of 600 into 10 power minus 6 which is in x direction. Another strain gauge is at 45 degrees of the x-axis and has the value of minus 150 into 10 power minus 6. Third strain gauge is at 75 degree to the second strain gauge and it has a value of 250 into 10 power minus 6. It means that third strain gauge is at 120 degree, basically 120 degree to the x-axis. We have to find the principal strains and principal stresses if the modulus of elasticity of the material is given 205 gigapascal and Poisson's ratio is given 0.3. So we have to find the principal stress and principal strains. Let us solve this problem. In this numerical, we are given with a strain rosette in which the one strain gauge is applied at x-axis which is given by epsilon 0 degree. This value is there 600 multiplied 10 to the power minus 6. Another strain rosette is at 45 degree which is this value minus 150 into 10 to the power minus 6. And third strain rosette is at 120 degree to the horizontal, right? It is 75 degree. So it is 75 plus 45, it will become 120, right? So this total angle is basically 120. This angle is 120 degree. So that's why we have written epsilon 120. And this is given 250 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 6. So this is the strain rosette, strain gauges applied at three places, right? And we have to find out principal strains, epsilon 1, epsilon 2, sigma 1, sigma 2, the stresses, principal stresses and the plane of principal strains, right? This we have to find out. And also we have given the modulus of elasticity of the material 205 gigapascal and Poisson's ratio 0.3. So this is not rectangular plane rosette, strain rosette. It is generalized strain rosette. So we cannot apply this formula directly. We have to go into the basic formula, this formula, epsilon theta, which is given this equation. So we have to use this formula and then find using this formula three times, and then we have to find out the principal strains and then principal stresses. But here one of the strain is already given epsilon x, because we are taking the reference as epsilon x and we are given with epsilon x. So we need not to find out epsilon x because already given 600 multiplied 10 to the power minus 6. So we have to find out epsilon y and tau, gamma, epsilon y and gamma, and using this we have to find this and then this, right? So first find the epsilon y and gamma xy. So first step is to find epsilon y and gamma xy. This is our aim to find out, and we will use the basic main equation epsilon theta which is equal to epsilon x plus epsilon y by 2 and so on, right? So how to find out the epsilon y and gamma xy? And here epsilon x is already given, epsilon x is given which is epsilon 0 degree, and that is equal to this 600 multiplied 10 to the power minus 6, this is given to us, right? So let us try to find out epsilon y and gamma xy. Use this equation. Epsilon 45 is given, so use epsilon theta as epsilon 45, and that is equal to epsilon x which is already given plus epsilon y which is known, so 600 multiply 10 to the power minus 6 plus epsilon y which is unknown to us divided by 2 plus epsilon x minus epsilon y epsilon x is given, that is 600 multiply 10 to the power minus 6 minus epsilon y by 2 cos 2 theta, 2 theta is cos 90 now, cos 90 plus gamma xy which is unknown, gamma xy is unknown, sin 2 theta is sin 90. So this is our equation epsilon 45, right? And this is equal to, and epsilon 45 is given, then this is equal to 1 minus 150 multiplied minus 150 multiplied 10 to the power minus 6. So this is the equation, right? And here there are two unknowns. Here there are two unknowns, epsilon y and gamma xy, right? So you will get an equation in which there are two unknowns, epsilon y and gamma xy, and what you will get, solve it and try to solve it, and you will get, after solving, epsilon y plus gamma xy will be equal to minus 900 multiplied 10 to the power minus 6. So this is one of the equation for finding epsilon y and gamma xy. This is one equation. Similarly, we will get one more equation using this strain gauge, epsilon 120. And two equations are required to solve two unknowns, and finally you will get epsilon y and gamma xy. So put the epsilon 120 here. So epsilon 120 will be equal to epsilon x plus epsilon y. Epsilon x is known, 600 multiplied 10 to the power minus 6 plus epsilon y divided by 2 plus 600 into 10 to the power minus 6 minus epsilon y by 2 cos. Here theta is 120, here it is 2 theta in this equation. 2 theta, it will become 240. So cos 240 plus gamma xy which is unknown divided by 2 sin 240, and that will be equal to whatever value is given, epsilon 120. This is 250 multiplied 10 to the power minus 6. Solve it somewhat and you will get one more equation in terms of epsilon y and gamma xy, and what we will get, that will be equal to, after solving, try to solve it, and you will get epsilon y minus 0.577 gamma xy equal to 133.33 multiplied 10 to the power minus 6. This is the another equation for solving epsilon y and gamma xy. Epsilon y minus 0.577 gamma xy equal to 133.33 multiplied 10 to the power minus 6. So these are the two equations. Use calculator to solve this equation, or otherwise you can solve it, and you will finally get, solving one epsilon y and gamma xy, solving epsilon y and gamma xy, you will get the values as epsilon y will be equal to minus 2.45 minus 245 multiplied 10 to the power minus 6. This is our epsilon y, which will be used to find out epsilon 1 and epsilon 2, and gamma xy will be equal to minus 655 multiplied 10 to the power minus 6. This is the another value of unknown gamma xy. You try it, take your time, use calculator and find out the epsilon y and gamma xy. So suppose you have solved it and you have got this relation, this values. Now our aim is to find out epsilon 1 and epsilon 2. Epsilon 1 and epsilon 2, right? So now we have three values. Epsilon x we already have, epsilon y we have calculated using this, and gamma xy also we have obtained. So find out epsilon 1 and epsilon 2 and you will get your this relation, right? So what is epsilon 1 epsilon 2? Epsilon 1 slash epsilon 2 will be equal to epsilon x plus epsilon y. Epsilon x is given to us 600, epsilon y is 245 multiplied 10 to the power minus 6 divided by 2. So epsilon x plus epsilon y, right? plus minus under the root epsilon x minus epsilon y, epsilon x 600 minus epsilon y, minus minus plus 245 divided by 2, and here it is 10 power minus 6 also, so multiply 10 power minus 6 also, so you will get one more bracket here, multiply 10 power minus 6, and the square of this thing, complete thing, square of this complete, and plus gamma xy by 2, gamma xy is this minus 655 into 10 power minus 6 by 2 to the whole square. Solve it, use calculator, and then find out the value of epsilon 1 and epsilon 2. So epsilon 1 will be equal to, you will get 712 multiply 10 to the power minus 6. This is the principal strain, one of the principal strain, say it is major principal strain, and you will get epsilon 2 as, epsilon 2 will be equal to minus 358 multiply 10 to the power minus 6. This is another principal strain. So you have got your answer. So you have got these answers. Next is to find out sigma 1 and sigma 2. Find out sigma 1 and sigma 2. Put the values and you will get sigma 1 and sigma 2. So what is sigma 1? Sigma 1 is E by 1 minus mu square. E is given to us. E is given to 205 gigapascal. If you use 205 multiplied 1000, you will get your answer in megapascal, right? So 205 multiply 1000, the answer will become in megapascal, right? Divided by 1 minus mu square, 1 minus, and mu is given 0.3. Epsilon 1 is, we have calculated epsilon 1, 712. We have 10 power minus 6 can be multiplied separately. So epsilon 1 plus mu epsilon 2, this is epsilon 2 plus minus, here it is minus, so it will become minus mu epsilon 2 358 multiplied 10 to the power minus 6. So finally you will get sigma 1. The value of sigma 1, when you solve it using calculator, you will get the value of sigma 1 as 136.2 megapascal. So we have obtained sigma 1, one more answer as 136.2 megapascal. This is one more answer, right? Next is finding sigma 2. How to find out sigma 2? Sigma 2 will be equal to E by 1 minus mu square. E is 205 multiply 1000, so that we can get answer in megapascal. E by 1 minus mu square, 1 minus mu is 0.3 square, multiply epsilon 2 is minus 358 plus mu multiplied by epsilon 1 is 712 into 10 to the power minus 6. So you will get one more answer, the minor principal stresses, which is equal to minus 32.5. So this is equal to minus 32.5 megapascal. So you have got one more answer as sigma 2 will be equal to minus 32.5 megapascal. So this is the minor principal stress. So using the strain gauges, strain rosettes, we have found out finally the stresses, right? Otherwise we cannot measure the stresses, we can measure only strains, and by measuring the strains we can determine using formulas by relation between strain and stress, we can determine the sigma 1 and sigma 2, right? Next is to find out the theta p. Theta p is the plane of principal strains, principal strains. So I am rubbing this planes of principal. This is the formula. We have already derived this formula. We can directly use this formula. The plane where principal strains lie. So there will be two planes, but you will plus minus you can do here, right? So tan 2 theta p, the plane of maximum principal strain, will be given by gamma xy. Gamma xy we already know, gamma xy that we have obtained minus 655. So minus 655 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 6. Solving it, you will get the result. The strain, the plane, you solving it, you will get the plane where the major or minor principal strains are acting. So you will take plus minus and finally you will get the answer. So because there are two planes at mutually perpendicular planes, there are two principal strains are there. So that's why I'm writing here plus and minus, right? So when minus is multiplied by minus, you will get the plus answer, otherwise you will get the minus answer, right? So finally when you solve it, you will get the relation as theta p, the plane of principal stress, one of the plane I am writing here, another you can find out 18.9 degrees. This is one of the plane and another will be 90 degree to it. So you add 90 degree and you will get another plane, right? So these are the answer. This is the way we have find out the principal stresses and the planes of principal strains and also principal strains, right?